Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Uh, Today in this video we are going to answer a Muslim person. As you see in the video in front of you, he's dressing I'm sure some of you might see it weird, but for me it's not. It's a certain kind of clothes Muslims in long time ago. Some of you might see it weird. My voice is coming from the other side. So you might see the way he looked like kind of weird, but you know, he's, I don't know, like he's trying to copy his old ancestors, but for sure this is not the dress of the Arab. Was the way the Mamalik used to dress. The Mamalik is the Albanian Muslims who they came in certain time to Egypt, etc., or even in Baghdad and Iraq, and they hold a very high position. In the beginning they were like slaves, and then after that they took over the Muslim empire. However, this is not our topic really, but this guy supposedly is refuting me. And you know, I'm really thankful for Muslims when they try to refute me, because the more they do, the more they prove that I'm very right. And before we start, I would like to invite this gentleman. First, in the beginning, I hope when you watch my video, you don't feel you are insulted. I mean, no insult, but this is how I talk. All right. So I invite you to debate me if you like, and as long you think you can refute me and you can explain to Muslims and Muslims can learn from you, well, you are more than welcome to join us in a debate. Mostly, you know, every Friday. Actually, the coming Friday, supposedly I will not open, but I cancel my appointment, so we will have our chat room open tomorrow, Friday, and you are welcome. You know, feel free, and we will treat you with respect. Now, let us see what this guy he said. I'm not going to make it really long, but I assure you that you Muslims, before the Christians, you will enjoy it. Let us see in the beginning what he said. And he made the video, by the way, specifically for me. And he, you know, I heard my voice there. He is showing my video. So it looked like the Muslims, they asked him, can you do something about this person? So let us see what this gentleman is saying. Hold on, let us see. Start from the beginning. All right. Here we go. Open the sound. All right.
And this guy claims to be a Christian who has made many videos against Islam, but many of his videos don't make any sense. But this one actually, in this video, he actually makes a strong argument, which is why
okay. Please just take a note. Most of my videos don't make any sense, but this video, I have a very strong argument. All right, that's a good sign actually. Most of my videos does not make any sense. I want to see the Muslims who can refute any of my videos. That will be something lovely. However, so he is saying here he feel the risk, he feel the heat, according to what he said, that in this video he is making a very strong argument. And why, I wonder, this video was convincing him that I made a very strong argument. The video is talking about is the video speak about the death of Muhammad, how Muhammad was killed.
Responding to him, and also at the same time also refuting the Shias, because what he says is actually, I think that he's copied his argument from the Shia books, because the Shias use similar arguments in their books.
The fact none of my statements is coming from Shia books, and that's showing me that you Muslims, you don't even listen carefully. I am not quoting from any Shia books. All my quotation was from Sunni books. That's very funny.
But with a slightly different conclusion. So inshallah we'll be refuting both this guy and Shiism to some extent as well. So here's what he has to say.
This hadith is not weak, it's very strong, and it's in Sahih al-Bukhari. So shut up and save yourself the lies. Your prophet himself saying, your prophet, O Aisha, I feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar. Khaybar is a Jewish tribe, okay? And at this time, I feel my aorta is being cut from that poison. This was when? This was in the death of Muhammad. Muhammad saying he is dying from poison. He says about the one who lied. This is about what? About the one who lied. Allah. What Allah will do? Allah will cut off his aorta. But Muhammad, he just said that his aorta is cut off from poison.
Okay, the problem is that he doesn't actually mention the whole story. You have to understand the whole story, the full story. But even then, this is a difficult thing because I have to actually explain something. The reason why I'm making this video is that no one else seems to have, not only has no one else responded to this video, but no one else has responded to the Shias regarding this issue. So this is a very important video. It's a very important response because it clarifies many issues. So, okay, so in order to understand what is really going on, first you need to know the whole story, the full story from the very beginning. What is this all about? Well, there was a Jewish woman who gave some food to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and to his companions. And she poisoned this food in order to kill the Prophet. And one of the companions of the Prophet actually ate the food and he was immediately killed by the poison. But the Prophet himself, even though he ate the food, he wasn't killed by the poison. He survived. And he asked the Jewish woman why she had done this. And she said that because she wanted to test to see if he was really a prophet. Because, you see, this is what many people don't know. The reason why there were so many Jews living in Arabia at that time was that many of the Jews were actually waiting for the coming of a prophet from Arabia.
Right, right. You know, actually, I came to America because me as a Christian, I'm waiting for a prophet from America. So why there's many Jews in Arabia? Because they are waiting for a prophet coming from Arabia. And look like a prophet coming from Arabia, he will come to Arabia, but he's from Arabia. And you cannot find the prophet in Arabia unless you go to Arabia. I mean, this is very funny and very weird. You know, the Muslims are very naive, and sometimes I feel that even those who they are growing in age and they have a long beard, they are children and they don't want to read. You know, they say that their prophet is an illiterate man, but I believe that every Muslim is literate. The Jews, they went to Arabia. First of all, what Arabia is, just to show this ignorant person, I'm not calling names, by the way, I see him as an ignorant person. Arabia is not Saudi Arabia. Arabia is an Aramaic word, mean the desert. You can go right now to Google, search for it. Arabia is a word mean desert. It's not an ethnic. It's not even a location. Any desert, you can call it Arabia. If we go and check in the later he will speak. I don't want to play all his videos. His video is funny, but he speak that the Jews, they were waiting for a prophet, and this prophet his story appear in Isaiah 21. Now, if we go to Isaiah 21, we will not see what he's talking about. You can go and read. You can read Isaiah by yourself, and you will see that Isaiah here. When you see the word Arabia in Isaiah, that does not mean anything about to do with the Arab. Arabia is the desert, and then you will see that it says that those people who they are refugee. There's people who they are refugee, and those are people who they are fugitives, and which mean they are wanted, and they will run for their life to the desert. But the fact those are not the Arab. The Arab are the one. Let us say the Arab. When I say the Arab is not an ethnic again, it's people of the desert, the Bedouin. So those people, they will go to the Bedouin and they will ask for a refugee. They will ask for shelter. They will ask for food. And you know, you will see here, look what it says. and all the splendor of Kedar will come to an end. So this is a prophecy against those who live in the desert, in the Arabian desert, which is Kedar. Now if you go and see Kedar, you will see where it is located. Let us go here. Where is the map? This is Al Medina, this is Mecca. I don't want that. Let us see. I'm trying to find. Here we go. Do you see where is Kedar? I hope the map is clear for you. Do you see it? So Kedar is part of Syria. This is the one, the color here, by the way. This is for the Persian Empire. Sorry, not the Persian. Sorry, the Assyrian Empire. The Assyrian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, extended all the way, as you see, with this color. So when people they want to seek refuge, they go to Kedar. You see where the area start with the white color. The white color present, whereas the Assyrian are not there. So anyone want to seek refuge out of the Babylon authority, he go to Kedar, because Kedar is the most close point, but yet it is not under the Persian sorry, the Babylon authority. And this is in the first stage. And then later we will see that the Jews, like he's talking why the Jews are exist in Arabia. And this is the good question actually. Why there is many Jews they are exist in Arabia? The fact that Jews are exist in Arabia for a very simple reason. You know, when most of the Jews they came to Arabia, they came during the time of the Roman, not during the time of the Persian. If you look at the map here with me, the Persian they came all the way. Oh, look like we zoomed too much in. Oh boy, what we did. Hold on. The Persian, let us go here and type. Right. The Persian and the Roman, they used to switch authority over the Middle East. They are fighting more than 300 years of war. Sometimes the Persian wins, sometimes they lose, sometimes the Roman wins, sometimes they lose. So what happened? That's I'm trying to zoom in. Okay, oh, here we go. If you remember where Muhammad he said, "Let us attack the Roman. Let us attack the Roman so we can get the blondie." Where was the Roman? The border of the Roman with Arabia or the desert. They were in Tabuk. He said, "Ughzu Tabuk, taghnabu banat al-asfar." Attack Tabuk, you get the blondie girls. This is Tabuk. So Tabuk was the limit of the Roman authority. The Jews, and at that time the Roman, they were what? They became Christians. And many of the Jews, either you are a Jew or those who they are Nasara. Nasara are a cult, which the Christians rejected them and they forced them out. So there is the Christians and there is the Nasara Christians, which is a cult like Jehovah's Witnesses, and there is the Jews who are running for their life. Why the Jews they are running for their life? During the siege of Jerusalem, which is done by the Persian, and when the Persian occupied Jerusalem, the Jews at that time they took the side of the Persian. And when the Persian attacked Jerusalem, they burned the holy church, they destroyed the churches, they killed all the Christians, etc., etc., and the Jews they took their side. So when the Roman won, they start chasing the Jews for they betrayed them. It's like a revenge for what they did by taking the side of the Persian. This is why a lot, actually all the Jews, they flee. There is nobody stay there because that's it. They are not allowed to be there. After what happened, they betrayed him and they allowed the Persian to get inside the city, and they became part of the Persian army. So when the Roman won, the Jews, everybody flee for his life, because here we go, the Roman is coming and they are the winners and they will do what they need to do for us. So they run away. This is why many of them, they are exist in Arabia, not because they are waiting for a prophet. Same time, when a Muslim Abdul he speak about waiting for a prophet, I really laugh. I mean, seriously, you know, Muslims, you have really little brain. The reason for that, the reason I say that, the Quran itself speak that if Allah want to send a messenger, he will send a messenger from the people who speak the tongue of the people. Allah, according to the Quran, he never received, or let us say, he never sent the messenger unless he speak the tongue of the people. And the Jews never receive anyone speak different tongue. He is not one from them. If you go to chapter 14 verse number 4, chapter 14 verse number 4, actually let me let us see if we can open we replace the map here. All right, this is a chapter 14 verse number 4, and I can open for you any Islamic translation of your choice. Remember, this is Islamic translation, I have nothing to do with it, and I hope the text is clear. Let me know, guys, if the text is not really clear for you. All right. I hope it is. You will see the Quran saying, let me make the text bigger here so you guys can read it with us. We send not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people, in order to make things clear for them. So what Allah he sent? What he sent? Allah, he never sent a messenger unless there's two conditions. I hope people, they are noticing with me with the conditions. There's two conditions. He is going to be from his own people, not a foreigner, as you see it, from his own people. So he will be one of them, and he will speak their language. Now the Jews are not Arab, and as you said, even the Arab are not even ethnic, and they are their own ethnic, and they are own people, and they have their own language, and therefore even the Quran confirm that Allah will never send a messenger unless he speak the language of his own people, and he is from the people. And this is confirmed, or let us say contradict the lies Muslims they say that Muhammad is a messenger for all mankind, because if he is a messenger to all mankind, that will be contradiction with this verse, which is saying clearly Allah will never send any messenger unless he speak the language of the people and he is from the people. So it's very naive and very funny when a Muslim he says that the Jews, they went to Arabia waiting for a prophet. And he say Isaiah speaking of that. That made me really laugh. By the way, I encourage all Muslims to debate me, and if you have the courage and the knowledge, please feel free. All right, I would love to debate you, and if you can prove me wrong, enjoy yourself. Let us see who can do it. Who dare? I say it loud and clear. Who dare to debate me? No one. Now we continue with the video of this gentleman, which I find very funny. Then this guy, he start talking about prophecy of the Jew, blah blah blah, about Muhammad. I just destroyed his prophecy, all of it, without even quoting many things. And then he said that there's many prophecy is mentioned in the Old Testament, and the Jews, they hide it. And this is why he quote for us Isaiah. But the Muslims, they forgot that there is something wrong in what they say when it's come to this. Why? Because if really there is a prophecy about your prophet in the Old Testament, that's mean everything your prophet, you Muslims, everything you come with is a joke. It's a lie, because the Quran say the following. The Quran claimed that only in the New Testament there's a prophecy about Muhammad. And who is the one who will mention the name of Muhammad, prophesy about him? Is Isa. In chapter 61, verse number 6, where it says that Isa, supposedly this is Jesus, he will say there's a prophet will come after me, and his name is Ahmad. And Ahmad, by the way, is not even Muhammad, but it's a title. This is why if you go to my book, The Deception of Allah, you will see that Muhammad's real name is Qatham, which has many meaning, and one of the funny meaning of them is the sperm or the piss of the hyena, or the hyena who piss a lot. He marked, let us say he marked his territory. So the one who mentioned the name of Muhammad, supposedly according to the Quran, is Isa. And Isa is from the New Testament. He is not a prophet from the Old Testament according to Muslims. So how you say that you found Muhammad's name or Muhammad, a prophecy about Muhammad in the Old Testament? It's very, it's very funny how Muslims are so desperate to find anything about their prophet to sponsor him, because he have no sponsor. He have nothing to prove that he's a prophet. He never have a miracle. If you remember the Quran confirm that the people, they keep asking Muhammad, you know what, if you are a prophet, how come all prophets before you they have a prophecy, they have miracles, all right? And Muhammad, he had no answer. Like if you go to chapter 2 verse 118, as you see in front of you, they said to him, but if, like, okay, he want to say he's a prophet, okay, like why his God don't speak to us, or even come with a miracle, come with a sign? All what those people are asking for is just a sign, just a sign. How come Jesus, according to the Quran, he can raise people from death, he can make the blind see, he can tell you even the unseen, which means this is only about God, and the resurrection is about God. Nobody can do that except God. And not only this, Jesus, he can create from the mud a bird, and he make it a living creature. So according to the Quran right now, there's a living birds flying in the sky made by Jesus. Now the Quran mentioned birds, but this doesn't mean Jesus, maybe he created even a human. As long as he can create a bird, he can create a human. There's no different. Creation is a creation. And this is confirmed what the Bible says, that everything is created by him and for him. So Jesus, yes, is the creator. And the Quran confirmed that Jesus, he can do everything. But yet Muslims, people are around Muhammad, they are witnessing that Muhammad have no miracles. This is why when you see Muslims, they speak about miracles in the hadith, this is always a fabrication, because the Quran confirmed that Muhammad never have a miracle. Now one of the funny things, the Muslim, they say to you, the Quran itself is a miracle. And I find that very, very, very stupid. Let me tell you why. If the Quran is a miracle, why they are asking for a miracle? Obviously nobody saw it as a miracle. Secondly, if the Quran is a miracle, why Allah did not say to them, you want the miracle? Here we go, this is the Quran. Actually, the Quran confirmed that Allah never ever send a miracle, and he refrained from sending miracles. So if the Quran is a miracle, that's mean the Quran is a book of contradiction and book of stupidity. If we go to chapter 17 verse number 59, you will see the verse saying the following: and we refrain from sending signs only because the man of former generations treated them as false. So what Allah is saying? He refrained. He's not saying I'm going to send later. And imagine, guys, imagine the Quran itself is a miracle, but Allah in the same statement saying I refrain from sending miracles. That would be stupid, isn't it? You know what I mean? If the Quran itself is a miracle, you are making a miracle. So what do you mean you say you are refrain? People who are listening, are you getting my point? Imagine I will say to you, I'm building a house and this house will be a miracle, and then I say to you, I refrain from making miracle. The house itself is a miracle. You are saying that the house itself is a miracle. So how you say to me that the Quran is a miracle, but yet in the Quran you are saying I refrain from sending miracles, when saying that verse by itself is a miracle supposedly? I hope my idea is clear. Now we go back to this guy. I'm not going to play all his video. I will move to what is important. We answer most of the things he said already without playing his video. But then look what he said, and I find it very funny.
Is that the prophecies were fulfilled and the mission of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was completed before he was killed by the poison. And the miracle is that it took about I think it took 4 years for the poison to kill him, whereas one of his companions was killed immediately from the same poison.
Notice with me. This person, he is admitting that Muhammad was killed by the poison. He's admitting that he's a prophet. Yes, he was killed by the poison. So there's no question about that. He's saying yes, the prophet, he was killed by the poison, but took him 4 years to die. But what is the argument? The argument is Muhammad, he finished his mission. Is that true? Is that true that Muhammad, he finished his mission? And then he said something more weird. I will prove all what he said is to be false. Listen carefully.
This shows that this was a miracle, and he survived because he had to finish his mission. So Allah protected him for 4 years from the poison in order to make sure that his mission is completed. And so his main mission was to reveal the Quran or the Quran. And the Quran or Quran was actually fully revealed, and the Quran actually says, one of the last verses that was revealed, it was, "Today we have completed your religion." So this verse was already revealed before the poison killed the prophet. So this actually,
you know, the funny is the prophet mission is completed, so Allah, he delay his death. But the challenge was to Muhammad, not this. If you listen to his video, he himself, he said that the Jewish woman, she said, let us hear what he said about her.
it shows that he was a real prophet because the prophecy was fulfilled before the poison killed him. You see?
You see?
And the fact that he was killed, yes, it proves that he wasn't a god. But we don't claim that our prophet was a god. It's the Christians who say that Jesus was a god, and at the same time they say that he was killed. Okay, but we don't say that the Prophet Muhammad was a god. Okay, so we don't have a contradiction in our religion. We're not saying that he was immortal and he couldn't be killed and somehow he was killed. No, that contradiction only exists if you believe that your prophet was also a god, which Muslims do not believe. So we don't have that problem. And this strange thing is that the Shias actually use this same argument. They say that if this, the fact that his poison killed the prophet proves that he wasn't really a prophet. The Shias actually say this. They say that either this is the case, or this poison didn't kill him. This Jewish woman didn't kill him. Now, I don't even understand the point of the Shias, because the Shias themselves accuse al-Mu'minin Aisha of poisoning the prophet. This is what the Shias say. So what difference does it make? If, of course, as always, the Shias want to shift the blame away from...
All right, let us go back. So he didn't understand what the point of the Shia. The point of the Shia is that the hadith says it clearly. This guy, he said that Muhammad was saved from death by Allah for 4 years. All right, so he can complete his mission. But this guy looked like he did not know how to write, how to read, like he's a prophet. If we go in the hadith, we will find that the hadith says the following about the women who tried to kill Muhammad. When Muhammad, he asked the women, as you see with me in the screen, he asked the Jews, have you poisoned this sheep? And this is after he saw that his friends are dying, and one of his friends, he died immediately. And actually Muhammad, after the poison, by the way, they cut his throat. They made a hole in his throat so he will bleed. All right. They do what it's called awraq. So they make a hole in his right away immediately, so he will bleed the poisoned blood, so he can survive. And maybe this is what helped him to survive for a certain time. So Muhammad, he said to them, have you poisoned the sheep? They said yes. He asked, what made you do so? They said, we wanted to know if you were a liar, in which case we would get rid of you, and if you are a prophet, then the poison would not harm you. The guy, he said, well, Muhammad, he did not die right away, he died 4 years after because of the poison. But the point is, to prove Muhammad is a liar or not is by harming him. So you just admitted that Muhammad was harmed. The test was not if Muhammad will be killed or not, it's about he will be harmed or not. As you see, this is your own words, this is your Muslim translation, and I speak Arabic, it's my first language. Right? It says, he said to them, ما حملكم على ذلك قالوا أردنا أن كنت كاذبا نستريح وإن كنت نبيا لم يضرك. He said to them, and what the reason you made you do this? They said, well, we wanted to know if you are a false prophet, we get rid of you. All right, and if you are a prophet, nothing will harm you. So here the test for real is about harm. Now, was Muhammad harmed by the poison badly? This guy is a gentleman, he just admitted that his prophet really was killed by the poison, or what he is saying, it took 4 years to die. And that's very, very bad harm actually, because it's, imagine you are suffering for 4 years from poison and you cannot enjoy your one piece of food you eat, or 1 day, or 1 moment. Actually, Aisha, she said, this is the hadith here before we go to Aisha. Muhammad, he said that I found that the food I ate in Khaybar is cutting my aorta. So Muslims cannot say Muhammad is stupid here, he do not know what he's talking about, because this is their prophet, and supposedly, you know, he is a prophet, and everything he say is inspiration. Remember the story of the milk, sorry, the honey, when a guy, he came to Muhammad and he said to him, my brother, his stomach is hurting him, so Muhammad told him drink honey. And then when the man, he came more than 3 times and his brother is not recovering, Muhammad get upset and said to him, Allah, he told the truth, and your brother stomach is lying. Which is very funny, you know. So Muhammad, he claimed that even when he gave medicine, or he said to the man what he need to drink in order to recover, he claimed that it's coming from Allah, not from him. Allah, he told the truth, and your brother upon them is telling a lie, which is very funny. Doctor, imagine you go to a doctor, you say to him, my stomach is hurting, and then he says to you, you know what, your stomach is lying and I'm telling the truth, or my God is telling the truth. So Muhammad here, he is giving us a statement of his health conditions, and if the Muslim, they want to say that he is wrong about what is causing his death, that will be a problem for him to, again, to be a prophet who claimed that he knew what he's talking about. Secondly, we showed you the Quran saying that if Muhammad, he fabricated a lie, Allah will cut his aorta. So this is a prophecy about what will happen to Muhammad in the future, not immediately. Same time, he said that the mission of the prophet was completed. That's a lie. That's a lie, because even after Al-Ma'idah was given, there's more verses and more chapters to come. So if Al-Ma'idah was the last chapter, then who is the one who added the last chapters then? Who is the one who added the last chapters? If Al-Ma'idah is the last chapter, was revealed by Muhammad saying, today I completed your religion for you and perfected Islam for you, that's it. So there is no need for more chapters. So either you accept then that this chapter was wrong, Islam is not perfected, or you accepted then that whatever chapters came after that chapter is a fabrication, and that's mean the Quran is a corrupt book. Now here you will notice with me that when Muhammad was dying in his bed, guys, is my voice clear? Let me know if my voice is clear. Is my voice clear for you? Just give me a sign, please, if you have any problem. You will see here the story with me that when Muhammad he was in the stage of death, look what Muhammad he said. When Allah Messenger was in his deathbed, in the house there were some people, among them was Umar ibn Khattab. Umar ibn Khattab later he became the caliph. The Prophet said, "Come, let me write for you a statement after which you will not go astray." Hold on. Muhammad now is dying, and Muhammad believes strongly that his people will go astray. I remember this guy, he just said that the mission of the Prophet completed. The mission of the Prophet completed by the chapter of Al-Ma'idah, which is even the last chapter in the Quran. But Muhammad don't agree with this Abdul. Muhammad he say clearly that I need to write for you a book or writing, and that writing, the purpose of it, that if you follow it you will never go astray, which means all the Quran was a shish kebab. All the Quran has no use. Look what Umar he said. Umar said, the Prophet is seriously ill and you have the Quran, so the book of Allah is enough for us. Do you know what does that mean, guys? People who are watching, do you know what does that mean? When Umar ibn Khattab he said this statement, anyone have an idea what does that mean? What do you think? Muhammad is asking Umar for something to write in, and the purpose is to avoid the Muslims from going astray, which means the Quran is not enough. Umar he said to Muhammad, no, we have the Quran and that's enough, we do not need your writing. What does that mean? It means shut up, you are being stupid. And not only this, Umar he said, قَدْ هَجَرَ الرَّسُولُ. What? قَدْ هَجَرَ الرَّسُولُ. You see, the Muslims, they are saying to you, the translation, he's seriously ill. It doesn't say that. It says that the Prophet قَدْ هَجَرَ الرَّسُولُ, which means he is mentally ill. He lost his mind. He lost his mind. In this hadith here it says, I will translate to you the Arabic one, I will show you the other one about قد هجر الرسول. فقال عمر إن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قد غلب عليه الوجع وعندكم القرآن. The Prophet, he have, like, you know, the pain is controlling him and he don't know what he's saying, and you have the Quran. So what do you mean? What do you mean you say to me? Here we go. Umar ibn Khattab he says that the Quran is enough. Muhammad he's saying no, the Quran is not enough. Why Muhammad he's saying such a statement? قد هاجر الرسول. The Prophet he lost his mind. And why the Prophet he will say such a thing? That's not only crazy, that's very stupid, and that is really disgusting. It shows that Muslims have no respect for Muhammad during his illness. Let us say, for the sake of argument, I am very sick, I am dying. Should you respect my wish and give me what I want? What do you think? Especially this is Muhammad. He is the prophet of the Arab, he is the leader of the Arab, those Muslims, he is their king. And now he's asking them, can you give me a pen and a paper? And by the way, this is additional proof that Muhammad, that he knew how to write, how to read. Because there's no point to say, bring me a pen and a paper to write in it for you, a book which will keep you from going astray, unless he knew how to write, how to read. Always you find very funny things about Islam if you know really all the secret of this religion. Ibn al-Athir, as an example, he said about the word hajara. He said the word hajar mean the person who is suffering from illness, bad illness, to the point he have illusion. He is saying crazy stuff, stupid stuff. If you go to the book of Sahih al-Bukhari, volume number 6, page number 11, it's speaking about the same thing. You can go to the book of Nihaya fi Gharib al-Athar. You can go to Lisan al-Arab, and you will see that this is hajar, have one meaning, that the person is suffering something. It's called hadayan. Hadayan mean illusion. He is crazy. He lost his mind. In the language of the medicine today, we call it Zaheimer. I'm not sure what the name. Is that correct? Zaheimer. Like when you get so old and you lose your mind, you start saying things which doesn't make sense. So Omar is accusing the Prophet that he lost his mind, and the Prophet, he is saying that, what, Alzheimer, sorry, the Prophet is saying, what, your religion is not completed yet. I have to complete your religion. Bring me a paper and bring me a book. In this stage, how come Allah did not protect Muhammad from not saying such a stupid statement? Because this is very misleading. Either what Muhammad said is true, and the book he will write for them in the stage of death is going to save the Muslims from being misguided, or Muhammad is saying stupid things. So if Muhammad is saying the truth, this means the Muslims are not guided yet, and the mission of Muhammad is not completed. Because here we go, he's asking them to bring a paper and a book so he can write for them a book. Omar, he disrespect Muhammad and he insulted him, and he says, what, your prophet obviously is seriously ill and he lost his mind. We have the Quran, and the Quran is enough for us. Ignore him, dump him. And you will see the story, by the way. If you read the story with me, the rest of the story, you will see that the Muslim then, because of this conversation, they have a fight about, should we give him a paper to write, should not we give him, should we listen to Umar, should we listen to the Prophet? They have a fight, they have an argument. You will see here it says the people present in the house differed, and like they have an argument about it. Some said, go near so that he, the Prophet, may write for you the statement after which you will not go astray. So some of them, they agree with Umar, some of them don't agree with Umar, while the others said, as Umar said, when they caused the who and cry before the Prophet of Allah Messenger, said, go away. Muhammad now is upset. You see it? He felt so much insulted that nobody respect him no more. It's in front of your eyes. The Prophet, he want to write for them a book which is going to guide them forever. So what is the Quran? Omar, he says, no, we do not need it. We have the Quran. So who is right? Omar versus Muhammad. So how you say the Prophet, he completed his mission? Secondly, this guy, he said that we Muslims don't worship Muhammad and we don't believe that he is God. That's very funny. Muhammad, he said that your prayer will be placed in front of me. If you see this hadith with me, all right, and by the way, this exists all over. I'm not just quoting my sugars, or my cherries, as they say. This is a very well-known hadith, repeated in many books. You will see that Muhammad, he claimed that he said to them, pray, so because one day Allah will place your prayer in front of me. They said to him, Prophet, how Allah will place the prayer in front of you when you are going to be dead? That's a good question. What do you mean he will place the prayer in front of us? Muhammad, he claimed that when he died, he is still alive. How? Look what he said. He said, after they said to him, how can, let us click in it. So I hope I'm not losing my connection now. That will be bad. There we go. All right. And by the way, this is Sahih Hadith, as you see in front of your eyes. So they said to him, the people asked the messenger of Allah, how can it be that our blessing or our prayer will be submitted to you while your body will be decayed, which means your body will be destroyed? He replied, Allah the Exalted has forbidden the earth from consuming the bodies of the Prophet. So Muhammad, he claimed that when he died, his body we can leave it in the street forever and nothing will happen to it. And not only this, he claimed that this body can hear and can see, which means he's alive. He looked like he's dead, but he's alive, to the point that Allah will place the prayer in the front of Muhammad as if Allah is a slave of Muhammad, and Muhammad is God. Because why the prayer of those people will be placed in the front of Muhammad? Who is Muhammad? Muhammad supposedly is a messenger who delivered a message and that's it, bye-bye. No, the mission of Muhammad is not over when he is dead. The mission of Muhammad actually continue when he is in the stage of death, because he is going to be alive, and Allah will place the prayer of the Muslims in front of him, as we see in front of us in this hadith. And as you see, it says clearly, this is Sahih. All right. I hope people, they will focus with me in what we are saying here. All right. So Muhammad, he claimed that Allah will protect his body and his body will be alive even in the stage of death. It might appear to us to be dead. This is why you see the Muslims, when Muhammad he died, they were fighting. Should we bury him or we should not? And this is why Muhammad's body stayed without burial for more than 3 days until he stink. If we go to Sunan al-Durami, volume number 1, page number 83, page number 53, sorry. Abu Bakr, when he saw Muhammad is dead, all right, it says here, قد توفي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوم الاثنين and ودفن ليلة الأربعاء. The Prophet, he was, he died in Monday, actually it's morning Monday, and he was buried at the evening of Wednesday. That's mean what? That's mean Muhammad was not buried for 3 days. Monday the whole day, Tuesday the whole day, and Wednesday until the evening, which means the whole day too. Now, why the Muslims did not bury Muhammad for 3 days? What is the reason? By the way, you can go right now and check in the internet. You will see that a Muslim, when he dies, should be buried immediately. Muslim, they don't leave their dead bodies in the freezer for 6 days. They bury him immediately, all right, before the sunset. If the person he died before the sunset, they have to bury him immediately, and unless he's die at night, then they have to wait for the morning. But if he die during the daytime, he have to be buried before the sunset. So why in the case of Muhammad was not buried? Because Muslim, they believed him when he said that the body of the prophet will not be destroyed. They believed him. They thought this is true. And later they found that every word of this is a lie. Ibn Abbas, he said, ادفنوا صاحبكم يأسا فهو يأسا كما يأسا البشر. Bury your friend. He stink. He stink the same as every human being stink. Even it's the hadith says that when Muhammad he died and they left him for 3 days out, it says قَدْ رَبَى بَطْنُهُ, his belly became like a balloon. وَاخْضَرَّتْ أَظَافِرُهُ, and his nails became green. And his finger, they shrink, like they are not extended no more, they are like shrinking. All right, like if you are grabbing something with your fingers, with your hand, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if I'm getting the right word in English. So his fingers are shrinking or bending over. So his belly is like a balloon, his skin became a green, his nails have a scary color, and he stink. All of this happened. Why did it not bury him? Because they believed him. They thought he is in the truth, that is the prophet body will not be decayed, and the prophet body will be always forever the same way it is, and even their prayer will be placed in front of him. So this story alone proved that Muhammad is a false prophet. And you know what? There is a very easy way to find that Muhammad is a scam or he is a true prophet. Anyone knows what the easy way? Anyone knows what the easy way to do it? To find out immediately. The Muslims can do it, not us. That Muhammad is a false prophet. What do you think? What is the way? How we can find immediately if Muhammad is a prophet or not? Without all the other proofs, only focusing in this, we can open the grave of Muhammad right now in Saudi Arabia, and we will find that his body is a dust. And then we will know that Muhammad is a false prophet. And all the reference says clearly that Muhammad, he suffered. You see all the reference in front of me here, like instead of going and reading tons of reference, all those reference in front of me. Look what Ibn there's tons of them actually. This is coming from the book of Sir A'lam al-Nubala, page number 1059. The book of Sir A'lam al-Nubala, page number 1059. All of them confirm that even Abu Bakr, he did not believe. Look, in the same hadith we read here in Arabic, Abu Bakr here, he say, you know what, the prophet, no way he die, he's going to cut hands, he have to cut hands and legs. Let me see where I can find the hadith. Here we go. When Muhammad he died, look what happened. When the messenger of Allah passed away, Abu Bakr was with his wife and daughter, all right, etc. And then he said, the prophet was not dead, rather than he was been overcome with what used to overcome him at the time of revelation. Guys, do you remember when we spoke about Muhammad, that this guy, he is suffering from mental illness and he have a coma, he lose his mind, he fell in the floor? This is confirmed. Abu Bakr saying the prophet did not die. Okay, what's happening right now is what he used always to happen to him. As usual, he fell down in the floor, he don't talk, his tongue come out, and he is not dead. And by the way, if you study, if you are in the medical field, if there is a doctor in here, can tell you what does that mean. In Arabic, we call it marad al-sara. I'm not sure what the name of in English. You know, when somebody like he starts shaking and he fell in the floor and he lose control of himself. You know, this is an illness. And by the way, it doesn't mean if you have that illness you are a bad person. No, this is illness. It's not your fault. But obviously Muhammad is suffering from a bad epilepsy. Yes, I think so. Muhammad is suffering from this illness, and he always fails. So you see here, Abu Bakr, He is witnessing. Okay, don't panic. Okay, he did not die. This is what always happened to him when he received revelation. Look like Muhammad always used to have this story, or used to have this situation. He fell down on the floor, and he don't talk, he don't answer, he have no response. Simply, this is an illness. Then Abu Bakr come and uncovered the prophet, uncovered his face and kissed him, which means they covered his face, which means everybody believed that he's dead. They cover his face. So he uncovered his face and kissed him between his eyes and said, "You are too noble before Allah for him to cause you to die twice." Hold on, that's very dangerous. Look what he's saying. Abu Bakr saying that the prophet, there's no way he will die, because if he die now, this will be the second death. Why? Because always he used to fall down, suffering from that illness. But according to him, this is when he received revelation. He looked like dead. So he is claiming that Muhammad is so high for Allah to the point he will not let him die. So yes, the Muslims refuse to believe that Muhammad is dead. And then look what he said: "By Allah, the messenger of Allah has indeed died." Umar was in the corner of the mosque saying, and who is the one, who is the one who was saying that? This is Umar. "By Allah, the messenger of Allah has died." Sorry, Umar is answering here. "By Allah, the messenger of Allah has indeed died." Umar was in the corner of the mosque saying, "By Allah, the messenger of Allah has not died, and he will never die until the hands and the feet and of the most of the hypocrites are cut off." So the Muslims don't want to believe that he's dead. They worship him. Then Abu Bakr stood up and he said, and this guy, he said something very important. He said, "We Muslims don't worship Muhammad." Right? Look what it says here. Abu Bakr, he stood up, like he put like something to stand on, and he said, "Whoever used to worship Allah, Allah is alive and he will never die. And whoever used to worship Muhammad, Muhammad is dead." If there's nobody worship Muhammad, why he say whoever used? Are you getting my point? If the Muslims are never worshiping Muhammad, so why he's saying this statement? Whoever used to worship Muhammad. This is mean the Muslims, they used to worship Muhammad, and now they have one of two choices: either worshiping Allah, the one who did not die, or keep worshiping Muhammad, the one who did. So Abu Bakr is saying to them, whoever of you used to worship Allah, Allah is alive. Whoever used to worship Muhammad, Muhammad is dead. This is why you see that many of the Muslims who, when they heard that Muhammad he died, they left Islam, tons of thousands. And then Abu Bakr, he decided to go in a war. It's called the War of Apostate. You can go right now to Google and search for it. The War of Apostate happened after Muhammad's death, because people, they noticed that this guy, obviously he is a liar. How you say to me that our body will not be consumed and will not be will not be eaten by the ground, will not be destroyed, and then we find that you stink, and we find that your belly became like a balloon full of gas, and your nails look very scary, and your fingers, you have the sign of everybody, any human being. We leave him out for a few days, he will look scary, because simply the bacteria are eating you, from in and out. So Muhammad did not complete his mission. And the most important thing for me, that this guy in his video, he said that the problem here, that's not Muhammad is getting killed. The problem that Muhammad, my problem for him, according to him, Muhammad, he complete his mission. The women, he should decide to kill him so he will not complete his mission. That's false. The women, the story says, if you are a prophet, nothing will harm you. If you are not a prophet, you will be harmed. So the logic of the Shia, which he don't understand, when the Shia, they accept what I am saying too, that they are saying, if this is true, this means Muhammad was harmed, and that means he is a false prophet. It's not only about his death, it's about he being harmed. All right, he was harmed. He wasn't only, you see what it says, if you are a prophet, then the poison will not harm you. In the same time, the hadith confirm that Muhammad, during his illness, he was suffering badly. You know, the prophet, he was suffering badly. Let us see here. Where is the hadith about Muhammad suffering badly? Let us see. Okay. I need to find the hadith where it says clearly that Muhammad, he really suffered badly from this illness. Let me remember the hadith, what it was the hadith saying. What the hadith mean, that I never saw a man he suffer as the prophet. Aisha, she said, I never saw a person he suffer as the prophet. Let us see here, maybe here. Here is the reference where Muhammad says, لما مات لم يدفن حتى ربى بطنه وانثنت خناصره أو خنصره. So when he died, they did not bury him until his belly, his stomach, or his belly became like a balloon, became like a hell, like a pregnant woman. And this is very normal, by the way, because when a person he die, whatever meal he ate before, especially if you just ate a meal a few hours ago and it's not done yet, it's not out, you did not go to the bathroom, that food stay in your stomach, and that is full of bacteria, and that will make a lot of gas. And now because you are dead, you don't have the ability to fart to get the gas out. So that gas will increase and increase and increase, and he will make your stomach big. And this is what they are saying here. And this is the book of Tarikh Dimashq لابن عساكر. Tarikh Dimashq لابن عساكر. All right, and this is the book of Al-Maktaba Al-Shamila. This is a very Islamic website. All right, as you see, and here is the reference. All of those are reference of the same story. All right. So Muhammad was suffering badly, and actually even the hadith we quote before, it says clearly that Muhammad was suffering badly from the illness, which is Muhammad himself report how much it's hurting him. Let us see. You see here, I feel as my aorta is being cut off. So Muhammad is suffering for 4 years, and this guy, he's saying Allah protect him. I don't see any protection here. ما أزال أجد ألم الطعام. I feel the pain which is caused to me by the food I ate in Khaybar. So for 4 years Muhammad is suffering from that pain, and you are telling me Muhammad did not Allah protect him. Where is the protection? There's no protection. So what happened here is very clear. Muhammad, he died because of the poison, and he exposed himself because he made a very clear statement in the Quran that if he lie, Allah will cut his aorta. And then we find in the hadith that Allah, he cut his aorta. And remember, the Quran did not say we will kill him immediately. It says we will cut his aorta. If he is lying, we will. It's something for the future. It's not something to happen right now. If he, we will. And those who they practice the poison on him, they said, if you are not a prophet, you will be harmed. You will be harmed. And the hadith witness for that. So Muhammad, he failed to pass the test, which is supposedly the reason for those people they want to examine him. Same time when he said that the prophet he completed his mission, obviously the prophet did not, because as you see, Muhammad, he said, bring me a kitab, bring me something to write in, so I can write for you a book which you will never go astray after it. So why the mission is completed, but yet Muhammad, he believed he need to write for you something, otherwise you will go astray. Why Allah did not finish the mission of Muhammad, and why he did not allow him to write that book, and why Umar, the healthy man, he ignored the wish of Muhammad, the prophet of Allah, in his death, claiming that Muhammad is a madman. So the mission is not completed, and Muhammad, he died before he complete his mission, and the one is saying that is not me, it's your prophet himself, as you see. And this is from Sahih al-Bukhari. This is a Sahih hadith. I hope the Muslims will come to debate me, and I invite this gentleman who is wearing those clothes. Maybe I think he is wearing those clothes. He will convince people that he is a person of knowledge. Yeah, and by the way, he said something very funny. He said that
aside from Elijah,
he spoke about Alexander the Great. He said Alexander the Great, the one who believed Alexander the Great is Zulqarnain, is the Sufi, I think, and the Shia. This is stupid. Yeah, this is seriously stupid. The one who says that, actually, you can fight in Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is a very pure Sunni, you know. So when someone he says such a thing, it make me laugh. This is Ibn Kathir. First of all, this is Al-Imam al-Shafi'i. All right. And the one who said that Zulqarnain is the one who built Alexander the Great is mentioned in many books, and one of them is, let's write it here, let's show it to you. Here we go. How you see, quoting from Ibn Kathir, Al-Hafiz Ibn Kathir, etc. All right. From the book of Al-Bidayah and An-Nihaya, etc. and etc. and etc. He's just quoting for you the books, and here you will say it's speaking that the one who build the city, it's called Alexandria, is Zulqarnain. All right. He was the founder. Now in here you will see that they are the Muslims are usual. They have a many opinion about who is the one who was really the founder of Alexandria. But the fact this doesn't matter really who is the founder. The story of Alexander the Qarnayn, I find it one of the most funny stories and very stupid. And actually, this is alone is enough for anyone to leave Islam. This is alone as a story is enough for anyone to leave this religion. Why? If we go to the story, and we read together, you will see how stupid the story is. All right. In chapter 18 verse number 83 it says ويسألونك عن ذي القرنين قل سأتلو لكم منه ذكرى. They're asking you about Alexander the Great. What happened in this story, by the way? What happened? Or Dhul Qurnayn. The Jews, they ask him about Dhul Qurnayn, and Muhammad, there is no way, he is a prophet of God, he is going to give them the answer. He cannot say to them, I do not know. So Muhammad, he come to them with the answer, and the answer is Dhul Qurnayn is a person who was chosen by Allah. He's a messenger of Allah. The funny, this guy, he called him as a Persian king. The Persian king wasn't a believer. The Quran here confirmed that this guy is a believer, and he is actually the Quran is so clear, making him a prophet, or at least a messenger for God, sent for those people. If you read with me any Muslim translation, let us see, Yusuf Ali. They ask concerning Dhul Qurnayn, say, I will tell you about him. Verily we establish his power on earth. Who is the one who established his power? Allah. All right. And we gave him the ways and the mean to the end. So this is a missionary from Allah. Allah is making things happen for him for a reason. And then he found, he went in a way, and he found in where the sun set. He reached the sitting of the sun, and he found it sitting in a spring of a murky water. The fact, it's not really a spring of murky water, it's a spring of hot water. Near it he found people who said, O Dhul Qurnayn, either Allah, he spoke to Dhul Qurnayn. Look, who is talking to Dhul Qurnayn here? Allah. Allah said to him, we said, O Dhul Qurnayn, either you punish them or treat them with kindness. So this guy, he speak for Allah. So whoever you want to say to him, he is the Persian king, he is Alexander the Great. That's very stupid, because both of them, Alexander the Great is a bisexual. That guy, he worshiped the fire. The Persian, they worship the fire until the coming of Islam. So if you want to say that this guy is a Persian king, then Allah is choosing a Persian king speaking to him, and he speak to Allah. Allah spoke to him, said, we said. Who is talking here? This is why you see we in big. Allah saying to Alexander the Great, either you punish them or you be kind for them, which means very stupid, right? I mean, what the point? What do you mean either you punish them or be kind? I mean, there's a third option. Either he will kill them or he will be nice to them, which is very funny. Then he said, who said, Dhul Qurnayn, whoever does wrong, him shall we punish. Here we go. The guy is wise. He is wiser than Allah. Allah saying, either you punish them or be nice to them. He come with the wisdom. He said, well, the one who do bad, we will punish him, and the one who do good, we will send him to his Lord. So the whole story is very funny. He found the sun where the sun set, but whoever believes and work righteousness, here we go. How you said to me this is a Persian king? The Persian king was Muslim? The Persian king, the one you are calling his name, he was a Muslim? That's very stupid. This guy is a believer. He is doing jihad actually. He is going after those who don't believe. So whoever believe and work righteousness, he shall be goodly rewarded. So who is the bad here? The bad is the one who don't believe in Allah, the one who is not a Muslim. So Dhul Qurnayn, whatever you want to call him, Alexander the Great or the Persian king, both names doesn't matter. He have to be a Muslim. He's a Muslim. And then he arrived where he found the setting place of the sun. And by the way, the translation is very false, because if you go in Arabic, just change translation and you will see how the translation changed. I mean it's amazing how the Muslims really fabricate. the same verse, the same Quran, just change translation, and then right away you will find everything changed. Look, then when he reached the sitting place of the sun, this is more accurate because in Arabic it says it clearly. All right. حتى بلغ مغرب الشمس وجدها تغرب في عين حامئة. Until he arrived at the sitting place of the sun, he found it sitting in a murky water, and next to it, which means next to the place where the sun set. So that place is a sitting place, is a location, physical location where people live. Now you want to tell me that this is Quran? Well, this Quran is funny because the sun does not set in a murky water, and there's no way you can find people who live next to the sitting place of the sun. And remember, the one is reporting the story is not Zulqarnain, it is Allah. So how Allah he says such a statement? The Muslim, they might say to you, well, it's appeared to him that this is where the sun set. To who? To Zulqarnain. But remember, it doesn't say that. Allah is the reporter. Allah is saying, and he found the sitting place of the sun. It's not Zulqarnain, he said, and I found the sitting place of the sun. Remember, in verse number chapter 18, verse number 83, Allah say, I will tell you his story. So the reporter of this story is Allah. You see it? The reporter of the story, the one is talking here, the whole story is Allah. So Allah is the one saying to us, I found this person, he found. You know, when I say to you, he found, it's mean he found. Otherwise, I would say he thought he found. He didn't say he thought he found, he say he found where the sun set. And next to it, he found the sitting place. He found the sitting place of the sun, and next to it, he found people living next to that place. He found it sitting, not he thought. So the Muslim, they try to fabricate to fool you. He found it sitting. So Allah confirming the finding of this person. He found it. And this is again, this is a very short, clear proof that Islam is a false religion. And then he found where the sun rays, and next to it there's people. Here we go, read. And then he changed the direction. Then he went all the way, and he reached the rising place of the sun. He found it rising on people from whom we had appointed no shelter there for them. The funny, there's a guy, his name is Harun Yahya. He said that the sitting place of the sun is the rising place of the sun is the North Pole, and the no shelter upon them is the ozone. Have you ever heard of somebody? He went all the way to the North Pole to find people there who have no shelter on them, and that is the ozone. That's it. That's crazy. Actually, what this verse saying, that he went all the way to until he found the place where the sun rays, and those people, they have no shelter on them. If you go and read the interpretation, you will see that supposedly those people, they live under the ground during daytime because the sun is very hot there. So it's a desert. There's nothing, nothing live there. So during the day, they hide under the ground. When it is night, they go up because they have no shelter to protect themselves from the sun. Anyway, the whole story, it became more more exciting and more stupid when he found the people of Gog and Magog. And the funny, this guy, he said he wrote a book, it's called People of Gog and Magog, and he said they are Jews. And that's very stupid, because Gog and Magog, if you go and read my book, The Deception of Allah, you will see that they are not a human being like us. They don't have the same look. Even the hadith says that they sleep inside their ears. And one of them, when he have sex, he will have sex and have 1,000 child before he die. So what do you mean they are the Jews? This guy, he have a, he's weird. Let us see. So according to the story, the people of Gog and Magog, the verse in the Quran confirmed that those people they will be held behind a barrier which Zulqarnain he built, and that barrier is made from iron supposedly, and they cannot get out. So how you say that they are the Jews? And they are huge in number. Nobody can count their number. And when they get out, then they will be like waves. They will be billions. All right. All those hadith is about Gog and Magog. All of them. And remember, the people of Gog and Magog, they will not be living in America or living in etc. They will be living behind the barrier which is built by this guy Zulqarnain. And this is additional proof that Muhammad is a false prophet, because how come we cannot find this dam which is built from iron, is so huge to the point those nations they cannot come to us, and they are not a human by us, by like us. They have different look. Let us say maybe they are a human, but they have different look totally, to the point their ears is like a tent. And Muhammad is warning about them, and obviously this is all is coming from legions about people who they are healed behind a dam, and they cannot come to us, and the one who did that is Alexander the Great. All right, you see all those hadith is about Alexander the Great. I'm sorry, about Gog and Magog. All right. And actually, according to him, those are the 3 signs of the judgment day. You know, like there's 10 signs of judgment day. One of them is the coming of Jesus, and the other one is the eclipse, which is very funny. And the sun will disappear in the east and will appear in the west, which means will raise from the west. And then a fire will come from Yemen, and and Gog and Magog. So it's a sign of the judgment day. In this hadith here says the signs of the judgment day are etc., and one of them is the beast who will come from the ground. If you remember the chapter of the An-Naml, where a beast will come from the ground, and this beast will teach people Quran, and this beast is one of the signs of judgment day. And then after that is going to be Gog and Magog. So it's a legend, and the Quran is corrupt and full of those legends. It's a mix of stories. All right. So when Gog and Magog they come, they will occupy everywhere, and they will arrive almost to Mecca. And they are, look here. أبشروا فإن من يأجوج ومأجوج ألفا ومنكم رجل. Muhammad is saying, you know what? When Gog and Magog they will come, the number of ratio number between the Muslims and people of Gog and Magog is going to be 1,000 to 1, which means the people of Gog and Magog would be 1,000 to 1. So 1,000 from this is the population mean, which means from every Muslim from the other side of people of Gog and Magog, there's 1,000. The Jews are not even 13 million in this earth. So this guy, he made a book, which is funny. I think he's a kid. He's trying to do something, but it's okay. Saying that the people of Gog and Magog, they are the Jews, when he's a prophet saying the opposite. The Jews is one of the smallest nation in this earth. Very small as number. The whole population of Jews is not even a small town or city in China. The whole population of the Jews in the earth. When here's a prophet saying, when Gog and Magog they come, and they will come from that place, the ratio of the numbers is going to be 1,000 to 1. 1,000 from people of Gog and Magog, and 1,000 from the Muslims. And look how the Muslims, according to Muhammad, which is additional proof that Muhammad is a false prophet again. According to Muhammad, the Muslim will be very small in number, to the point they will be like a hair in the top, a white hair in the top of an ox or a cow. I don't know if you can see the hadith with me. And this is from Sahih Muslim. All right. You see it? The Muslims will be small in number. Small in number to the point they will be the same as a white hair in the skin of a cow or an ox. And they will be the only white hair, which means the whole body is the number of those who they are not Muslims, and the one hair is the Muslims. So according to Muhammad, Muslims will be very small, tiny in number, to the point you compare them to one hair. Like imagine how many hair in the top of the skin of the cow or the donkey, as he, you know, as he state here, as you see in front of me. And this is why he says that the people of Gog and Magog, they will be 1,000 to 1, which means everyone from the people of Gog and Magog. Read with me here. Where it says that 1,000. All right. Good tidings for you. Ya'juj or Ma'juj would be those thousands who would be, they will go, this is, by the way, between the two brackets is not existing the hadith. This is explanation. And the person selected from the paradise would be one among you. So imagine the ratio. If every Muslim, one Muslim, he go to heaven, there's 1,000 of the Jew with the Gog and Magog will go to hell. In order to have this ratio to happen, that's mean we have to have equal number, 1 to 1,000 until the end. You know what I mean? So if we have 1.4 billion, that's mean for every Muslim we have to make it x 1,000. So the 1.4 billion is going to be 1x 1,000, and that will be the total number of the people of Gog and Magog. And that's impossible. That's impossible. Muhammad, it looked like he never thought that he is going to be the Muslims will have a very big population. So he think one of you is going to be 1,000 to the Gog of Magog. If there is anyone have a question, if there is any Muslim here would like to debate me, please feel free. And I feel sorry for this guy because he confirmed that as a prophet he was killed by poison, and everything he said actually proven that Muhammad is a false prophet, because what he's saying that Muhammad, he you know, we will have a problem if Muhammad, he did not finish his mission. That will be the problem. And we showed you that Muhammad did not finish his mission. This is why Muhammad, he asked the Muslims to bring him something, a book, to write it, and this is in the stage of death. So Muhammad's mission never completed. And if the Muslims want to explain to me what happened here, if they want to say to me Muhammad was sick and he was saying stupid things, the hadith confirmed that Muhammad was sick for a long time. So how many things Muhammad he said during his sickness you might call it stupid? Remember, this guy, he said that Allah protected Muhammad for the 4 years from dying immediately from the poison. So Muhammad was sick badly for 4 years. 4 years. and Muhammad is suffering badly. Let me see where is let us see. I'm trying to find the hadith. You know, sometimes your memory doesn't help you. Where I can't really remember it. But anyway, maybe in the future I will make a video about it, and we will share with you this how Muhammad is suffering badly because of the pain he have from the poison he ate. I hope that's we have a good video for you guys. If any of you have a question, please don't forget to post underneath. Anyone have a question right now? Anyone have a question for me? Remember, you know, tomorrow, Friday, we are going to open our chat room, and we will do broadcast again in Facebook and in YouTube. So feel free to join us, and if you have a Muslim who would like to debate us, please feel free. All right, any Muslim, even this guy, this poor guy, I invite him, by the way. And I don't want Muslim to think really I'm insulting. I don't insult. I say things as it is. I am not politically correct. So when somebody says something stupid, I say this is stupid. All right. When somebody says something smart, I say this is smart. As simple as that. I'm not here to insult. However, don't ask me to respect your prophet. I don't respect him, because as I said, I am here to say things as it is. So when somebody says to me, why you don't respect Muhammad, I say, give me a reason, and I will respect him. Respect is something you earn. You don't force people to respect you. If you want to force me to respect your prophet, well, maybe you can do it by putting a gun in my head. I would say I respect him, but you know that this is not, I'm not being truthful then. All right? Respect is not something you force on people. Respect is something people, they feel for you. So I invite the Muslims to bring us something about their prophet so we can respect him. From my reading about him, this guy, he is a liar. He lie a lot. He fabricates stories. He make up stories. He was a thief. He killed. He raped. I mean, name one crime Muhammad he was not involved with. One kind of crime. Not even one. So I want to say thank you for being here, and we see you tomorrow again. And please share our videos with your friends, and feel free to post your comment. And if you have any request, feel free to contact me. And if you want to contact me, there's a link underneath, and this is a link where you can contact me anytime or for donation, or if you like, you can contact me in Facebook, which is Islam for Dummies. All right, Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon again. Bye-bye.